Namaskar. I'm Kumar Rakesh and you're watching Global Governance News TV. Today, two news for the Rajasthan. Very just we can't believe it. Totally against humanity. So I'm just very painful news. One person was beheaded in the name of religion. Although those two persons arrested, the Muslim person, I don't want to say Muslim and Hindu, but fact is fact. And another one, how who is just more advocate of Hinduism, Balasaheb Thackeray and his son and new chief minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. So if you see the incident of Rajasthan, I've just started in Udaipur. The man was beheaded by the two Muslim men in Udaipur Maldas Street area in broad daylight on Tuesday today. The killers made a video of the killing and shared it on social media. They said video went viral over the internet. The killers were seen making derogatory remarks and even threatened Modi in the video. Police have reached the scene and the investigation was underway. In view of the increasing tension in the city of the killing, internet service was suspended in Udaipur. And that was just repercussion, we can say. His 8-year-old son posted a post on the social media for support of Nupur Sharma. The only his crime. We can understand. Mr. Rajendra Bhatt, the divisional commissioner, has issued an order just for the next 24 hours, no internet will work. Notably, victim Hindu who owned a tailoring shop in the Dhan Mandi area near Bhutmal in the city were ambushed in what is being called premeditated murder. Around 2:30 p.m. today, on 28th June, two Muslims arrived at the shop on a bike. One of them held a phone to make a video, and another one pretended to give his measurement to the tailor. While the victim proceeded to take the measurement of one of the men, he was ambushed and brutally hit on his head and neck with swords. The whole act was deliberately caught on camera. The killers, Muhammad Riaz, Akhtar, and Muhammad Ghosh, later confessed to a killing in the video with no remorse, were brandishing the murder weapon. The family of victim alleged that he had made a post in support of suspended BJP leader Nupur Sharma a few days ago. The 8-year-old son. It is being speculated that killing was in retaliation to the victim's post in support of Nupur Sharma. Protests against the killing were reported from the city. The city is so tense, and protest and had been closed after the incident. We have talked to CM. The involved, the arrested, and assistance given to the victim's family. The incident is not possible due to a single person. It due to because of some organization. It is a horrendous and failure of administration. Rajasthan leader position, senior BJP leader Gulab Chand Kataria said, and as well as Rajasthan CM Ashok Gehlot condemned the incident and asked people to not share the said video on social media further. Also requested the media not to show that. So very derogatory. Nobody can tolerate. Nobody should tolerate. I condemn the heinous murder of youth and Udaipur. Strict action will be taken against all the criminals involved in the incident, and police will go to the bottom of the crime. I appeal to all parties to maintain peace. Strict punishment will be given to every person involved in such heinous crime as Ashok Gehlot tweeted. I appeal to everyone not to try to spoil the atmosphere by sharing the video of this incident. By sharing the video, the criminals' purpose of spreading hatred, society will be successful headed. But I say, I just appeal to all media, also don't show the face of those two criminals, because they'll just claim to be a hero. They'll pay for that. How the Mr. Muhammad Zubair, the fact checker, the anti-national has done earlier. So they try to make the hero. So media should also stop the faces of those criminals. So give some murder invited harsh condemnation from the opposition leaders, and as Gajan Singh Shekhawat said, this is total failure of administration. Bhupender Yadav said this is just to only the pro-Muslim acts by the Rajasthan government, and Satish Punia and Dr. Arun Chaturvedi, BJP leader, also condemned the incident, as well as Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Owaisi also. But who is just the instigator? We have to also think on that. How this the religious violence and rights just arise. What's the reason behind it? Who just provoked them? How is it fast that person should go and kill the Zakir Nayak who made the statement against the prophet and whatever written in the book? But they will not. Don't. They try to create the tension in Bharat and for the Ghazwa-i Hind. But I'll tell they'll not succeed in their destructive, notorious design to break the country now. As I'm telling you, too much. Enough is enough. Nobody will tolerate. Nobody should tolerate. And how just you have seen the anti-Sikh rights, Kashmiri exodus, religious involvement in Northeast India, and the Hindu highlands, the 1990 Chamba massacre, 2002 Fidain attacks on Raghunath Temple, 2002 Akshardham Temple, an Islamic terrorist outfit Lashkar-e-Toiba, 2006 Varanasi bombings, and the Godhra train burning, and Marath massacres. Recently, the Supreme Court of India, Bharat, has just acquitted Narendra Bhai Modi from all blames on the 2002 riots. Jista Talwar and others, two officers arrested. Nagastuddha Swami, Shanti Kali, popular Hindu priest, shot to death. And recently, you see the Rajasthan. How anyone can just save his skin? And what for? See the incident in May. There's the Jodhpur incident, Udaipur incident, Bhilwara incident, Karauli incident, Albert incident. All incidents just expose the failure of poor governance, poorest governance of Congress CM Ashok Gehlot. They should realize it, what they have done, what they are doing for the merely votes of those anti-nationals who just following the flag of Pakistan, and you are supporting them. Mr. Gehlot, for the nation, if you will do like that, country will not excuse you. Today, Ashok Gehlot challenged the PM and the Home Minister. They should make a statement. You are distorting the law and order. PM should make a statement. HM should make a statement. What you are doing? Just go and resign on morally. If you are not in capacity to handle the situation. This is the 6-7 incident last 4 or 5 months. What you have done? No any action is taken. Only paperwork is done. What do you want? You are just trying to get the polarization. You are blaming the BJP and others. Shame on you. How this incident has happened. I think you should be actually understand the meaning of the democracy, meaning of the humanity. And just I can tell you that Maulana Saad is now today scot-free. No arrested, but the government of India also not just taking the note, not taken seriously, and not Kejriwal government. FIR launched in Delhi, where they are free. They also acted the anti-national work and the pandemic, how they spread the pandemic. That is called the biological war. Who is responsible for that? The politician. Mr. Maulana Madni, जिन्हें ये देश पसंद नहीं है छोड़ चले जाए. What nonsense. देश तुम्हारे बाप का है? किसके बाप का है? देश सबका है. But why are you making a statement when country was just divided in 1947? That's the only condition, only terms condition on the name of the religion that is divided. But why are you here? Just to again divide the country? And what for? What agenda? I'm telling you now, your agenda will not serve. Understand it strictly. Now, the election is next year in Rajasthan. It's natural. Congress will lose. How the situation is, then law and order so poor, the rights and violence is going to increase. If you see the data, next 6 years, more than 3,000 cases reported, more than 70 riots and violence is reported in Rajasthan. What the Rajasthan government is doing? Please try to understand. Country is first. Galo Saab, nobody will escape you. Blame game should not be engaged with blame game. You should restrict your administration, tighten administration for the sake of country, for the sake of Bharat, for the sake of God. The time of break, the break, I'll come to you for another news. Welcome after break. Talking about the Maharashtra development, the latest development is Uddhav Thackeray arrival Eknath Shinde headed to Mumbai. According to reports, may fly to Mumbai or Delhi to launch the next act of his rebellion. Is taking claim to power because number is with Eknath Shinde. And Guwahati, according to just take the Balasaheb Thackeray legacy forward, indicating that he is ready to launch his next play and challenge till now Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray to a test of his strength. As he claimed, Eknath Shinde, I have 50 people with me in Guwahati. They have come of their own accord and for the Hindutva. We will go to Mumbai soon, Mr. Shinde told reporters, stepping out of the luxury hotel in Guwahati where he and rebels had been staying since Wednesday last. He also said he will speak to Maharashtra Governor Sri Bhagat Singh Koshyari. Mr. Shinde reports suggest may fly to Mumbai or Delhi this evening and for consultation with the BJP, which was the main endeavor of a staggering revolt that the Uddhav Thackeray lose most of party MLAs to the rival scam. The BJP, Devendra Fadnavis, former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, in Delhi, according to sources. Mr. Shinde had been flown for chartered plane from Guwahati to Gujarat, Vadodara, according to report, after midnight last Friday for a meeting with Mr. Fadnavis and BJP's top strategist, Home Minister Amit Shah, according to sources. But now today, Shiv Sena, Shinde told reporters, I'm not leaving the Shiv Sena, I am real Shiv Sena. Shinde told reporters, rubbishing the claim of the team Thackeray that some 15 to 20 MLAs were in touch with them and wanted to return to Mumbai. Yesterday, Supreme Court gave Mr. Shinde and 15 rebels time till 12 July to respond and notices disqualify them. The rebels cannot be disqualified till then, according to the instruction by the Supreme Court of India. Sources suggest Mr. Shinde and rebels may be inclined to move for a no-confidence motion in Maharashtra Assembly before the court's deadline. Supreme Court had refused to pass order on Team Thackeray request that no flow test be allowed till July 12. If anything legally happens, you can always move this court, it said. Sources say Maharashtra governor may ask Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray to prove his majority sometime this week. Mr. Shinde reportedly consulted lawyers to discuss the possibility flow test in Maharashtra Assembly. So BJP leaders reportedly met at Devendra Fadnavis' home in Mumbai to discuss the arithmetic required to form a government in tie with the Shinde Sena faction. We are open to proposal of government formation from Eknath Shinde, party leader says Sudhir Mungantiwar. The Shiv Sena has accused the BJP of masterminding the revolt of Czech power in Maharashtra and hounding its leaders using investigating agencies. The Thackeray key spokesperson Sanjay Raut was summoned today by the Enforcement Directorate in a money laundering case, but he refused to go. Raut termed the summon in a conspiracy. So, this is latest update, Uddhav versus Eknath. But I'm talking about the Bal Thackeray versus Uddhav Thackeray. Bal Thackeray is stalwarts, the great leader, great Indian politician, Shiv Sena, right-wing, pro-Marathi, Hindu nationalist, mainly in Maharashtra. He had never gone outside of Maharashtra in his life. as he already declared himself, not taking any post in politics, only chief and commanding the party, and we can say commanding the country from the one point that got to Matosri, the other in Mumbai. I privileged to meet 3 4 times, and the programs or in the residence. Really, he was an iron man, a strong man, and he was former journalist, great cartoonist. He was worked in the Free Press Center, the big paper of Mumbai, late paper 1960, and started own political weekly Marmik. After that, the political philosophy was largely shaped by the father, Kesav Sitaram Thackeray, a leading figure in the Samjuk Maharashtra, United Maharashtra movement, when advocated the creation of separate linguistic state of Marathi speakers. Through Marmik, Bal Thackeray campaigned against the growing influence of non-Marathis in Mumbai in 1966. Thackeray formed the Shiv Sena party to advocate the interest of Maharashtra in Bharatiya political and professional landscape and against certain segments of Mumbai Muslim population. He had large political influence in the state, especially in Mumbai. And government inquiry found that Thackeray and Chief Minister of Maharashtra Manoj Joshi incited members of Shiv Sena to commit violence against Muslims in 1993, but it was not proved. Accordingly, in late 60s and 70s, Thackeray built the Shiv Sena with the role of Madhav Mehre, Chief Attorney of the Trade Union of India, Bawasaheb Purandare, historian of government Maharashtra, and Madhav Deshpande, head accountant of Shiv Sena. Three individuals to a large extent were responsible for success of Shiv Sena and stability of politics and Mumbai till 2000 to ensure its growth into economic power center. Thackeray also founded the Marathi language of Shamna of the rights 1993. He as a party took a Hindu stand. In 1999, Thackeray was banned from the voting and contesting in election for the 6 years on the recommendation of Election Commission for indulging seeking votes in the name of religion. Thackeray was arrested multiple times, spent a brief stint in prison, but he never faced any legal repercussion. Upon his death, he was escorted at a state funeral at which many mourners were present. Thackeray did not hold any official position and was never formally elected the leader of the party. Her life was a different one. Carey was a journalist of the politics. He was actively till 1998, after the 99 to 2012, and just in 2006, the party was trying to divide. So his nephew Raj Thackeray broke away from Shiv Sena and formed Maharashtra Nirman Sena. During Thackeray retirement, the appointment of his son, Uddhav Thackeray, the Raj, the leader of Shiv Sena. Narayan Rao also quit the time. Before that, Chhagan Bhujbal also quit. Many leaders quit that time. So acted the moral police also, and political views were just always was criticized for the Hitler type Adolf Hitler, quoted by Yeshua saying, "I am the great admirer of Hitler. I am not assent to say so. I don't say that I agree with the methods of he employed, but he was wonderful organizer and orator, and I feel that he and I several things in common. What India really needs is a dictator who will rule when he won't leave, but with an iron hand." So always in controversy, and also his opposition to caste-based tradition, and on Savarkar defended Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, praised him great leader. And in 2002, when President APJ Abdul Kalam unveiled the portrait of Savarkar in the presence of Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Congress party opposed the unveiling the portrait and boycotted the function. Thackeray criticized the opposition and said, "Who is Congress President leader of opposition Sonia Gandhi to object the portrait? What relation does she have with the country? How much does she know about the history and culture of Bharat?" Years later, when Congress General Secretary Vijay Singh made a statement that Savarkar was the first to suggest the two-nation theory that led to the partition, Thackeray defended Savarkar, accusing of distorting the history. All support by Kashmiri Pandit, and how that's atrocious. But now, why I am just talking about the Thackeray. So now, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. So we can understand how Uddhav Thackeray is nowadays. So Uddhav Thackeray is, we can say, Uddhav is not like the father. I'm telling you. He is now 16 years old, and nothing. This is already he never struggled like his father. He only campaigned in charge in 2002, then Mumbai Municipal Corporation, and make the as a legacy editor of Samna, Marathi language. Resigned 2019 when the Chief Minister of Maharashtra is split in Shiv Sena happened. His cousin rapidly left the party due to his and after the death of Balasaheb Thackeray in 2012, he led the party and elected Shiv Sena president in 2013. And leadership Shiv Sena joined the NDA government in Maharashtra in 2014. 2019, Shiv Sena broke away with the NDU and joined UPA. It formed the sub-alliance Vikas Agadi to form the government in Maharashtra. And he became the chief minister and also keen of the photography, very nice, good photographer, and exhibited the forts of Maharashtra in the Jahangir Art Gallery. 2004 also published photo books Maharashtra Desh and Bahava Mitchell 2011 capturing very aspect of Maharashtra and Warkadis due to the Pandharpur Wari, respected two books. The Thackeray admitted to the Lilavan hospital, report chest pain, underwent angioplasty, and all the three Ulak's arteries successfully removed. Family, the two sons, Aditya and Tejas, married to Rashmi Thackeray. Earlier, she Pachankar, editor of Samna and Mahamik now. She is daughter of Madhav Patankar, who runs his family business and comes from middle class family and also a RSS member. So, if you see the contribution of Uddhav Thackeray, comparative to Balasaheb Thackeray, he is a zero. And now, when the time has come to advocate Hindutva, be the more than powerful of the Balasaheb Thackeray, he just go into the lap of Congress and NCP who are against Hindutva. So I can tell you he is never stand before the Hindutva aggression working struggle of Balasaheb Thackeray. I mean Uddhav Thackeray. And how Eknath Shinde, who is advocating the Hindutva, with the just leading, with the propagating the thoughts of Balasaheb Thackeray. So anybody can say now Eknath Shinde is real leader of Shiv Sena who is advocating Hindutva. And his only terms condition, just if he Uddhav Thackeray came out the lap of the Maharashtra Vikas Agadi, MBA, then he had no problem. This is the only condition. But now Uddhav Thackeray playing the new tune, many stories coming out against Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, many deals and whatever. I don't know, but whatever, just already in the murmuring and in social media, I think only he is saying he is pro-Hindutva, but never done anything. Long list how last 2.5 years the Maharashtra government acted against the Hindutva, Hinduism, saints, sadhus and all. So I think still time is now. Uddhav Thackeray should understand the themes, the theories of Hindu and come back for the Hindutva and how the Sanjay Raut just spitted venom against his own leader, own MLAs. That's also not good. How Aditya Thackeray is behaving is also not good. So I think the ethos and theory is always important and for any political parties, not like for the sake of the power seekers. And now he is blaming BJP does not mean Hindutva. I stand by the comment and wasted my 25 years alliance with BJP. How he can say like that? How you just blame like that? You never compete with the Thackeray, you or Shiv Sena, now so-called Shiv Sena, with RSS and BJP. Not a single penny at any cost. You never can just comparative. You have no right to comparatively. If you know or don't know. So we can say how the country is going on, how he is doing that. And I must say that the Hindutva Balasaheb Thackeray was superb, aggressive, and just for the celebration. But Uddhav Thackeray is really, if you give the marks, not the 0 but 100. But if you say about the Balasaheb Thackeray, more than 100 times. Salute to his Hinduism and ethos, but never praise for single work of Uddhav Thackeray, who is playing hand sandwich government between NCP and Congress. Thank you very much. We'll meet again. and see and share Global Governance News TV. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.